What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Casual Academy. My name is Nathan Karimi, and I'm joined, as always, by my cousin and co-host.
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin Zimbelman.
Tonight, we pursue a different kind of history. History in the making. Welcome to Casual Academy's Modern Mondays. Tonight, the chickens come home to roost. We have to account for our words and predictions of last week for UFC 325, which saw Alexander the Great Volkanovski defeat Diego Lopez in a 5-round unanimous decision, rather lopsided. And then also some other fights on the card, which we're going to get right into. But you got any first thoughts on the card? It's only the second card in the Paramount era. So any thoughts before we jump into fight by fight?
Yeah, they're listening to the fans, man. Paramount,
Yeah.
they stopped putting ads over the walkouts and the corner advice.
Yeah.
Now that they do it, it's just like boxed in, so you could still
Here, yeah.
see the main broadcast.
Which still achieves the goal.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah, so that's nice that, you know, they're already listening to the fans and stuff. So big
Yeah.
ups to Paramount for that, eh?
No doubt about it. This one felt a little bit smoother. Yeah, dude, it was cool. I also really like, and your boy Corey told me that that's how WWF does it, or WWE, but I really like those, like, 15-second promos of, like, blessed, 3/12/26. You know what I mean?
Those are dope.
Yeah, I think they're
those
cool.
are really cool.
There's, like, a cinematic touch to it.
Yeah, and the event ended early. For it, like, going, like, the fight's going long,
Yeah.
it still ended good time.
Yeah, I was home by 11:30.
Yeah.
Which is unprecedented. You want to jump right into these fights?
Yeah, sure. So for the main event of UFC 325, we have Alexander Volkanovski defeating Diego Lopez by unanimous decision. We've seen this before, eh?
I mean, it was copy and paste the first fight with
Yeah.
a few little minor tweaks. I know Luke Thomas on his show made a huge deal. In fact, he threatened to shoot the TV screen with a revolver if Diego didn't cut off the cage. And when Dean Thomas comes on to give his thing, he's like, Diego's switching stances, but he's not cutting the cage off at all with either stance. So why is he switching?
Yeah, dude. Me and you made these predictions, and we were like, Lopez is gonna come out on fire.
That wasn't my prediction.
Well, like we didn't think it was gonna be this.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said, it was gonna be a war, a split decision war. Like
Yeah.
we thought Lopez was gonna come out with some gusto. I mean, the rare gift of a rematch from the UFC.
Like a borderline, like almost immediate rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which wasn't really warranted. So you have this great opportunity against an aging Volkanovski, and you do worse. I think that's...
Did he do worse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely did worse.
Dude, on the flip side, I think Volk read things. And I mean, Volk was, I don't know, dude. Volk is so good.
He is. He is. I mean, to give a fighter like Volkanovski a rematch,
Yeah.
you're already at a disadvantage because his fight IQ is
Yeah.
like off the charts.
Yeah, there's a reason he's the champ. Like, he's studying harder than you and better than you.
Right. Right. But also, to not change anything
Yeah.
after this, after, you know, giving the opportunity, knowing Volk is good at rematches, like, to not do anything is crazy, bro.
It's insane, dude. And you know what's funny is I remember, because I think I said this on the last one, but either way, I know we talked about this. Diego looked awesome against Silva,
Yeah.
but he didn't look different.
No. No,
You know what
not
I mean?
at all.
He was still like, I don't know, man. Diego is one of these guys who's like his best asset. Yes, he's got good ground game and good submissions and good takedowns. He does have good takedowns. I mean, he's not like a D1 wrestler who's like, blasting doubles across the cage, but he gets in that clinch and he makes it work. But Diego's greatest asset is that just insane aggression that he has, and he didn't have it.
Bro, it's crazy. How can you try to point fight Volkanovski? It's just like, I don't know, man.
Volk was cracking him too this time.
He was. And that is the other thing that kind of pissed me off about this fight is Lopez didn't decide any action.
Yeah.
Right? If there was a clash, if there was like,
It was Volk initiating.
It was Volk biting down on his mouthpiece, throwing and landing.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, you hear this sometimes, and I know as like a fan, it's so easy to be like, why don't you just swing? Like, what's the worst that can happen? But dude,
But why don't
you just swing? Because you know the worst that can happen, I mean, is you get knocked out. And Volk's not known as a knockout guy.
Yeah, dude.
Even though he did put Diego on skates.
Yeah, he did. He did. But I mean, if you're Diego, you're like, even in the championship rounds, round 4, even round 5, what do you got to lose? That was his worst performing round. Except
Volk had a beautiful game plan. Volk wrestled.
He did. Yeah.
And then went ass to mouth.
Yeah.
I also think there's one more thing I want to say about this. I think something like you used to see this a lot with Nick Diaz. Guys would get in front of Nick Diaz and he would be, and they're not, I'm not saying their styles are similar, but guys would get in front of Nick Diaz and to some degree Nate, and they would like just be snake charmed.
Yeah.
And I think there is a level of that happening with Volkanovski where Diego is just like, what do I do? Because Volk is cutting angles. Whenever like Diego was throwing, Volk was like clipping him twice and then, with like hard left, hard right, and then covering up on the way out so that Diego had nothing to do. Because it's almost like all Diego has is that like overly tight reactive hook. And it just, Volk wasn't there for it, dude. No. You know what I think? It's so easy to say Diego's dumb or whatever. I do like Diego. I think Diego beats a lot of guys in this division. I think Diego beats Lerone Murphy. I think Diego does really well. I think Movsar, maybe he does not beat. But Volk is just... There's one way to beat Volk, and Ilya Topuria did it. You knock him out. If you don't knock Volk out, you're not going to win. Because here's the thing. Even in the Islam fight, that was let's just call that a draw. At a certain point, if it's that close that no one knows who won,
Islam won that fight. I think Islam clearly won that fight.
Maybe I got to go back and watch it. But point being is like Islam didn't dog Volk.
No,
by any stretch in the first one.
No, no.
So and Islam's the GOAT and about to possibly be the GOAT at 170. So what does that say? Volk's great. Dude.
Oh, Volk is fantastic, man. Yeah. I love Volkanovski. You saw how nervous I was watching this fight, man.
I know. It was actually fucking freaking me out. Yeah, I would look over and you're like...
Yeah, no, I love Volk, man. And dude, you just admire that kind of like intelligence and analytics he brings to the game, right? Like fight IQ wise, I feel like he is one of the smartest fighters of all time.
Period.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely. That's like what separates him. Dude, I want to do, we should eventually do, like when we end up having the time, I want to do just a straight up breakdown of like guys like Volk because he's so fucking good.
Yeah, he is. If he had power, bro, he would be like unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's interesting that you think Lerone Murphy or Diego Lopez would beat Lerone Murphy because Lerone Murphy also has great footwork and distance strikes. So do you think maybe Lopez wouldn't be able to catch him either?
I just don't think Diego... I think there's something about Volk and being the champion that freezes Diego.
Yeah.
And I think everyone else, Diego's like, oh, I'm the I went 5 rounds with Volk twice. I can handle these other guys. And I think that... Here's the thing. I think Diego Lopez can beat Volk. Is he going to? Never. Not as long as he lives. But could he? Yeah. If he just could somehow if he could be like hypnotized into a different game plan, I think he could absolutely raise his chances to beating Volk to like 40%.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just have to have a different game plan, man. And I don't know what he was thinking for this one.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I guess we'll find out in the next Lopez fight. Like, really, is it a fault of his camp? Is it a fault of, his own approach to fights is not thinking? And
apparently he told his corner, like, I'm sorry I didn't follow the game plan and all that.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, he did try to diversify his strikes a little bit, right? In the first fight, I think it was like 78%, like all to the head. And then in this one, it was more mixed. But Volk was checking the fuck out of his kicks.
Oh, yeah.
So he stopped those immediately.
Dude, he broke his fucking foot on a check. Was that on a check that he did that?
I think it was.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it. He was limping out of the cage. Volk's the man.
Yeah. 2 final questions about this fight. What's next for Volk?
Volk's just a champion through and through. He is the champion of this division. He will defend at this division until he either gets knocked out or until he decides to retire or runs through everybody. My thought is that Lerone Murphy and Evloev are going to fight, which is kind of true. I think
that's confirmed.
Oh, it's confirmed.
Yeah.
I think Evloev beats him. I think on the flip side, I heard that Aljo has a fight with...
Oh, I didn't hear anything about Aljo.
Who are the other guys at 45? Who am I thinking of?
Yair?
No, I don't think it was Yair. Aljo, I guess, had a fight with someone who... Maybe John... I don't know. I thought Aljo had a fight, and then I think that I remember thinking Aljo was going to win that one. But long story short, I think it's Evloev next for Volk, unless they do Diego Part 3. And I think Volk beats Evloev.
I would love that. Yeah. I mean, he has the style to really do it.
He has the style to stay on his feet, even though, dude, he was in trouble a little bit there at the end for a split second, you know?
You think so?
I mean, Diego climbed on his back and got a fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that he was...
He was ready for it, though.
He, like, ripped his foot off and threw him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think big things are kind of coming for Volk. I don't know. I feel like Lopez is the most dangerous guy for him in this division.
Yeah.
I guess other than Jean Silva, if Jean Silva is even going to make it to there.
Boy, I'm just not big. I guess I need to recheck my...
But
thoughts on fighters because I'm always wrong. But
yeah, and Volk said something that was really interesting. He basically called out the UFC and was basically like, "Stop having these guys skip the line. Like, I want to fight who really earns the shot," and that's awesome.
Yeah, Volk is, dude. He is that whole camp. Izzy was that way.
Yeah,
Izzy was that. It's funny. The only time Izzy like strayed from that was when he was like, yeah, I think Yoel Romero's the scariest motherfucker in the whole division. I want to fight him. You know what I mean? You could tell it was even though he fought him, like he was scared. But anyway.
What's next for Diego? What do you think?
Arnold Allen?
So I was thinking Yair.
Yes, duh. Big time. Obviously, yeah, for sure.
I think that's a really good fight. And
good fight for both of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good test for both of them. I would lean Lopez, I think, for that fight.
Just because of the dog, I think Yair has such a larger toolkit of strikes.
Right.
I thought, Yair is one of these guys to me that I was shocked he made it as far as he did. I was never impressed with him. But then when I started to be impressed with him, I was like, man, he might knock Volk out,
He had the toolkit to do it.
Yeah.
He's dangerous.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Diego's coach also talked about him moving up, so that's interesting as well. But I think they're going to do the Yair fight. I think that's built in.
I don't see any of Diego's problems stemming from weight.
No.
Yeah. No. So, you want to jump to this next one?
Yeah. So for the co-main on UFC 325, we have Benoit Saint-Denis defeating Dan Hooker via TKO in the second round.
Yeah. Dude, Dan Hooker looked really, really, really good until he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He threw the fight away with that takedown. With that takedown attempt. That was really bad.
I think it was trending that way a little bit. BSD is like...
See, I thought BSD was starting to fade as the fight went on.
I thought that he would fade. I didn't see him fade, but I thought, he will fade. Dan Hooker should have won, basically.
Yeah.
His takedown defense was really holding up. He was winning on the feet. BSD is just a marauder, dude. He just does not stop coming forward.
Yeah.
And, it's just that I just don't believe that will continue to work when you get to elite guys.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is we haven't seen anything new from BSD, and he's had a lot of UFC fights. I feel like his game isn't evolving. He's just still approaching every fight the same way, and it's either like kill or be killed. And just the way he just walks forward on people.
Someone's going to put him out, dude.
Yeah, or he gasses himself out.
And he's not going to take Armand down. Look at what fucking what's his name did to him.
Right. Right.
My big thing too with BSD, man, is like, first of all, my bad, because I said he was going to lose, and I said I think he's like the second worst fighter to have ever had success. There's still a part of that I hold on to, because when he fought Dustin Poirier, he did really well optically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Apparently he had staph in that fight, right?
Oh, I don't know. Dustin Poirier jumped like 5 guillotines or something.
Yeah.
I think Dustin Poirier has a much higher fight IQ than Dan Hooker, and has proven that he's at least a little bit better.
Yeah.
Career-wise, a lot better.
Yeah, agreed.
I feel like Dustin Poirier let Benoit Saint Denis do a lot of what he was doing, because I don't think he was actually worried about getting finished on the ground. Whereas Dan Hooker just was resisting at every, Dan Hooker was trying to stop takedowns. He was trying to get underhooks. He was trying to circle out. He was trying to get up. Whereas Dustin was kind of just rolling with the punches, letting him do his thing on the cage, jumping guillotines, going to the ground, letting him kind of exhaust himself. And then when it came time to kill, he killed. And I know that's crazy, but I feel like that's almost what you got to do against BSD, because I feel like the more you resist, the more you're going to give in to his game plan.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, maybe Poirier had that fight IQ to recognize that, because
I think he did.
Because the way BSD fights is just not sustainable, dude. It just makes no sense. I mean, in the striking exchanges, Dan Hooker was piecing him up.
Worst striking I've ever seen.
You know what's a crazy stat?
What?
So in the last fight, I want to go back and look at it for BSD's whole career. But in the last fight, BSD landed 20% of his shots from distance against Dan Hooker. 20%.
Wow.
That is really fucking bad.
It's like what I would land.
70% on the ground.
Yeah, well, that's pretty bad too. How are you not landing every strike on the ground? Hamzat 6,000
no. I
for
mean,
6,000.
in his strike differential, like 20% of his shots were on the feet, 70% were on the ground,
and then 10% were what in the fucking
clinch? Maybe I don't fucking know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But basically, if you're gonna distance fight BSD, I mean, you have the advantage. He has no advantage. People, I feel like he's not technically skilled.
I feel like he beats Moicano if they have a rematch. I know that's crazy.
Know.
I feel like that was like, you know what I feel? You know how Dan Hooker gave himself up with the takedown? I feel like he did that with his pursuit of Moicano. I feel like he just got in the worst possible position and just could not recover.
Yeah.
I will say, I really admire BSD's style, because done better, it's the greatest style that the sport's ever seen.
It's Habib.
Right.
But
it's Habib. It's Cain Velasquez. It's Josh Hogan. You know what I mean, though? Like, if done properly, that is the best style in the UFC. It's better than Ilya. It's better than everyone. If you can do it correctly, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, correctly.
That style is undefeated. Look at Junior Dos Santos, one of the great knockout artists ever. He knocked Cain out in the first fight. What did Cain do the second time? He just pressured him. Punch, takedown. Punch, takedown. You get up, okay, another takedown. Like, that style cannot lose if it's done correctly.
Yeah, and it's so interesting, because to do that style, you're not supposed to get hit.
No, right.
But BSD takes like 6 shots and then gets his takedown.
Yeah.
It's just like crazy to me.
What's funny is he's got, and what else is funny is I don't think he has the gas tank for it either.
Exactly. He is such a strange fighter that it's like, how did he get this far by just walking people down?
You know what? That goes back to me saying he's the worst fighter to have ever had success. No, that belongs to Waldo Cortez Acosta, but
I don't co-sign this.
No, that belongs to Taliesin Touche.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, last thing I do, well, I guess I do want to say, ask a few more questions. What's next for Hooker and what's next for BSD? But real quick, that fighting style BSD has is going to age terribly.
Yeah, he's going to have, basically he's going to be brain dead. Like, and I don't take that lightly. I mean,
it's just like, you have to make these changes, especially as you're going against harder competition. Or maybe he just has a huge fall from harder competition because you can't fight like that, and he becomes a lightweight gatekeeper.
Right. Like, let's say Dan Hooker kept having success.
Yeah.
Stopping the takedowns, striking him at distance, keeping him away. Well, it's plausible that there are multiple guys that would.
Oh, absolutely.
In my opinion, they do BSD Patty.
You said who he wants?
Who?
The
Patty Gaethje. Yeah.
Winner of the BMF.
That's fair too.
He would get fucked up by both of them.
Both of those guys have the perfect style to kill him.
Yeah, dude.
Unless he gets maxed down and chokes him out.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Styles make fights is the truest thing ever in this sport.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But Charles, bro.
Yeah,
Charles.
You have no chance against Oliveira.
Yeah, I mean, unless you land like that Beneil Dariush lucky. I think Beneil would have dogged him if that fight would have gone on.
I think Beneil's just kind of cooked now.
Maybe, but you know what? People don't lose is their jiu-jitsu pretty late. And Beneil's jiu-jitsu, look, Beneil has proven that he is elite on the ground. He ran through Moicano. Not ran through in a violent way, but he just completely outclassed
Gamrot.
Yeah. Beneil's the man, dude. His career makes me a little bit sad.
If he you said BSD Patty. If he fights Patty, I think that's a good fight, but I think he wins that.
You think BSD beats Patty?
Yeah, I do.
Man, I guess I'm overhyped on Patty and underhyped on BSD. So anyway, that's kind of what that is.
What's next for Hooker?
Paul Felder rematch? No. What's next for Hooker? Let me think about this because I want to give a thoughtful answer. What do you think?
He called out Michael Chandler.
Perfect.
You think so?
Perfect. He needs a rematch. I mean, that was as close to a lucky punch as you can get. What's Tony Ferguson doing? No. Yeah, something like that, man. I mean, I hate to say it. Maybe like a Fares Ziam.
Oh, yeah. That could be something, too.
You know what I mean? Just because they're going to start needing to use Hooker. And that's what Hooker said. He's like, I want to beat these guys that are coming up that think they're great. I think Fares Ziam is great.
He's pretty damn good.
I was so impressed with that last fight. Or the guy that lost that fight. I forget his name, but the Azerbaijanian guy.
So for the third fight on UFC 325...
I know you don't like this. Go ahead.
Wait. I
know you don't like this, but that first question you have for this fight is brilliant. I know you don't like me calling out your questions, but that's awesome.
So for the first fight, the third fight of UFC 325, we have Mauricio Hufi defeating Rafael Fiziev via KO in the second round, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell was Fiziev thinking, dude?
You mean not going for takedowns?
Not going for takedowns and literally just not going for takedowns.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I thought he was doing pretty well on the feet. It's just that Hufi clearly had more power.
Way more power.
But also some of that power came from the fact that, you're right, Fiziev's game plan led into that.
Yeah, and I mean, give him different looks. I mean, we saw Hufi get annihilated by Benoit Saint-Denis. 0 ground game. Mm-hmm. Check his grappling, brother.
Yeah, and I doubt that it's improved in 3 months at City Kickboxing.
Exactly. And Fiziev got 4 takedowns on Ignacio Bahamondes.
2 against Gaethje.
Which is kind of hard to get Gaethje down.
He caught Gaethje by surprise, though, for sure.
But you could have easily got Hufi down.
By surprise, especially considering he didn't grapple at all, and then if he would have mixed it in, dude, I agree with you on that question, but at the same time, I feel like Fiziev, that almost belongs more to Dan Hooker. What was Dan Hooker thinking going for that takedown? But yeah, there is an element of Fiziev, bro, fight to your enemy's weaknesses.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I really don't understand when you have a clear-cut weakness that your opponent has, and you can exploit it, and you choose not to do it, and you fight in your opponent's strongest suit.
He wasn't even just striking, dude. And they brought this up on the broadcast. He would get in front of Hufi and feint over and over and over. And it's dude, you have to, like, you're better off just attacking him the whole time. Even if you get countered, Hoofy is not a good in-tight striker.
No.
You know?
No, he needs that distance.
He needs distance. And I feel like Fiziev could have. It's funny. I've heard a lot of criticism about him not going for the takedown. To me, what I would give more criticism to is, why didn't you just stay in his face and be aggressive the whole time rather than stay slightly out of his face?
I do think those jabs were deterring him towards the end of the first round when Hoofy started to land some jabs.
But he could have gotten in past those jabs, is what I'm saying. Like, he had Hoofy on the fence for a good chunk of this.
Yeah,
he should have kept him there.
Right.
Clinch striking. I mean,
that is where he got put out, was when Hoofy was against the fence.
Because he wasn't threatening in front of him. He was like feinting and moving, and it's like, dude, this. You know what's funny? My opinion. Do you remember how Aaron Pico was fighting Lerone until he got put out?
Yeah.
That's how you fight Fiziev.
Other way, or that's how you fight Hoofy?
I'm sorry, that's how you fight Hoofy.
Yeah.
Is pressure, forget the feints. Pressure. He gets overwhelmed. He can't have it. At one point when we were watching the fights, you're like, dude, is Hoofy downloading or is he overwhelmed? I think he was overwhelmed.
Yeah, he's not good off his back foot. And you know who pressure and beat the shit out of him?
BSD.
Benoit Saint-Denis.
You know?
Yeah.
And Aaron Pico, I know they're different weight classes, but I'm just saying, like, this was a winnable fight for Fiziev. I picked Fiziev to win because I thought that he would. Honestly, Fiziev had kind of an off night.
I just feel like Hoofy's a really good striker, and that power differential, man, that power differential is so big.
I just don't think it exists if you don't give it to him, though. I think you need to give him that opportunity. Like,
But don't you think if him going for more would have made him more open to counters?
Not if he was in his face. If he was going for more and if he was coming out and then in,
like in a grappling or just straight striking?
Both.
Yeah. Keep mixing it up. Yeah.
You know, case in point, BSD, worst striker ever.
Is Hoofy elite?
Dude, I almost have to stop saying. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be a little more conservative with my answer. Given the recent political climate. No, just kidding. No, I'm going to be a little more conservative with my answer because I tend to say no too quick. He's young, right? Isn't Hoofy like 26 or something?
I think he's older than that.
Well, I think Hoofy's young. He's certainly young in the game. He's at a new camp. He's got a lot of things to make him get there. His path to the title, with the exception of like Arman, his path to the title is through guys he could do well against. But I think that we need to see if he's elite. Based on what I've seen, not even close.
I tend to agree with you. I think he's an elite striker, but in all facets of the MMA game, like, the grappling is bad, and I don't think that's championship material.
And I'm going to even take it down one notch, if I may.
Yeah.
I think he has elite strikes. I don't think he's an elite striker.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if I think of an elite striker, like,
somebody who could even fight on his back foot.
Like a Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Piotr Jan.
Right.
Piotr Jan is an elite striker. Gorgeous boxing. Cody Garbrandt in his prime. Elite striker. I feel like Hoofy needs everything going for him to win.
That's a good way to put it.
You know?
Yeah. I just like... I don't know if I'm really, really impressed with Hoofy just because... Fiziev went in with the worst game plan ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Fiziev's a good win, but...
Yeah. It's his best win to date. Mm-hmm. So, it's good, but there's a lot of guys in that division.
Yeah, for sure.
On the flip side, I do believe this is a pretty bad loss for Fiziev.
Dude, it's a terrible loss for Fiziev.
Yeah.
It's, I'd say beyond brutal. It sets him back a lot. It puts him into that category of, like, honestly, he's in the same category of like a Bahamundas. Who ironically he just beat. What's next for
both fighters?
Yeah.
Man. I don't know. Man, that's a tough one. Who should Hoofy fight?
How about Dan Hooker?
Oh, yeah. I think he would put out Dan Hooker.
I think Dan Hooker's good on the feet, dude.
But all
Hooker,
it takes is one.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
With this guy, all it takes is one.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the guys that have beaten Dan Hooker. Yeah, Dan Hooker needs a little bit more of like a Legends type fight. Who else? Let's keep looking through that.
Oh, man. Moicano?
Moicano's kind of just like always one of those guys. It's like, hey, man, like, you ready for a fight? Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a better one, but I can't matchmake with Hoofy right now.
Yeah.
Fazeev, I think a really fun fight would be him versus who's that guy I like, the Argentinian guy.
Oh.
Fuck, what's his name?
Kevin Vallejos or whatever.
Oh, that would be a good one too. I was thinking of
yeah,
what the
our
hell's that
boy,
guy's name?
Ribovics.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're saying who with Ribovics? Fazeev with Ribovics. Book it.
Yeah.
Book it. That's perfect in every direction.
Right.
Number one. Number two. Or like a Fazeev with a Quillen Salkield.
That's I think it's a big jump. I think he would win. Not gonna lie. I think Salkield would win, but that's a big jump for him and a pretty low for Fazeev because I don't think he's even ranked yet.
No, he's in the top 15 now. I think he's like 13 or something now.
Oh, good.
He put out an interview that was like, I can't believe how highly ranked I am. I don't even know if he said that. I just wanted to fucking flex that Aussie accent.
Yeah, we'll get to his fight in a little bit. I was very impressed by him.
Yeah, I was too. I mean, so impressed. See, a guy like, we'll get to him.
Sure.
So hold on. You said Fazeev, Ribovics, love that. I'm not opposed to like Hoofy. I think when guys like Hoofy are like unproven and they're back and forth, I'm not opposed to like, and I know you don't want to kill like two guys at once, but like how about like a Hoofy and Vallejos or whatever is a 45er.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I wouldn't mind Quillen Salkield and Hoofy.
That'd be fire.
That would be fire.
I would love to see these type of fights.
I think Salkield kills him.
I would love to see these type of fights, but the UFC just won't do that. They'll probably give him an old guard to use said name off of. I mean, they might do Dan Hooker. Who fucking knows?
Or Gamrot. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, how much? Like, unless they don't want to kill him.
I don't think they'd give that fight to.
But
Hoofy.
Gamrot's slipping hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think about this fight? Tai Tuivasa versus Talishin Teixeira.
I mean, at one point, you literally asked me, you think you could beat this dude in jiu-jitsu? And for reference, I am like a hobbyist couple times a week, blue belt. And absolutely. No, I'm kidding. No, dude, I mean, the first thing they need to do is cut Talishin Teixeira.
Yeah, both these guys. I cannot believe my biggest takeaway of this fight is I can't believe Ty didn't retire.
No, I mean, best case scenario, he's in Australia. Dude, but he's still entertained, though. Like, at the end, he was swinging. And
yeah, he was.
He is literally the Tank Abbott of the modern era.
I see that now. I see that now.
He clearly doesn't give a fuck about winning and losing.
Right.
Other than the fact that, he's got all these things going.
Gas is out.
Heavy
hands.
He gets put on his back and has no idea what to do, but he's tough as shit.
Yeah.
Comes up and tries those, last minute strikes. I feel like Tank in his prime would have folded Teixeira.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Teixeira's heavyweight sucks right now.
They need to book Teixeira and Hokit and just send Teixeira home. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sorry, but dude, you're a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you were mounted on the worst heavyweight on the roster and you couldn't do anything. He didn't go for a submission. He didn't drop elbows. He didn't throw. I mean, let's move the fuck on. This fight was terrible.
You're right. All right, and for the opening fight of UFC 325, we have Quillen Salkield versus Jamie Malarkey.
Yeah.
I am very impressed with Salkid. I think he is a future top 10 guy, top 5. I'd say a top 5 guy.
This is 155.
I think he's top 5. Give him a few years.
155 is really, it's kind of top heavy, and like a lot of the good guys are going out. So yeah, I'd say for sure.
Yeah.
Even if it's, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but even if it's just for the timing of this division, he's a top 5 guy.
Yeah, exactly. Because you still have the old guard who are still beating like the new guys coming up, right? And then give it a few more years. Father Time's gonna hit. And yeah, I feel like he's going to surge to these rankings.
Because like right now, Salkid, I believe, I don't know, you're going to think I'm insane for saying this, but I'm like, does he beat Dan Hooker? I was about to say he runs through Dan Hooker, but I'm like, I don't know.
I think he does. I think he has shown a complete game. He has good striking. He can wrestle his ass off. He has cardio.
He's a grappler first, he says.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Does he have cardio? Has he proven to have cardio?
I mean, I think so. To wrestle like a lot and to not gas out is pretty impressive.
Yeah, dude, and he slammed.
Yeah, man.
That was much worse of a slam than I realized, and then he just hopped right on his back and.
Yep.
Dude, and that crank he had, man. Oof. Yeah, Salkid's good.
I do have one concern about him is the fact that he said he had no game plan against Jamie Malarkey. Now, is that because his opponent is Jamie Malarkey and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to beat this guy anyway? Or is this just the approach that you take to all your fights? And I feel like that's like a hindrance to his potential if you just ignore that part of the fight game.
Yeah, so a few things I would say. Number one, no, that does not concern me 0.5%.
Okay.
I feel like the guys that say that have the confidence in all aspects of mixed martial arts. And like, he had a game plan. For sure, he had some game plan. Like, he had some idea of what he wanted to do, I'm sure. Like, I couldn't even imagine it.
You think he was just playing dumb?
No, I think when guys say that, I think that they're like, yeah, my game plan was to like be in his face or to like be aggressive, like general game plans, as opposed to like, you know, stay on the outside and pick him apart and, you know, beat up his legs, things like real specific shit like that. But like, I feel like when guys say that and like mean it and succeed with it, to me, that just screams confidence in mixing it all together.
Yeah.
You know?
And like, you're ready for anything.
There's someone who said the other day, that they did not have a game plan, and they're like, "No, I'm here for whatever happens. Like, we can go to the ground, we can go to the ground, we can stay standing. I'm a mixed martial artist." And I love that mentality. So, in fact, not to play devil's advocate, I would even say not only am I not concerned, I think that shows a lot of maturity and a lot of confidence. Obviously, as he gets into the higher divisions, he's going to start noticing patterns of people and like having to behave in certain ways to like, you know, when you're dealing with the elite level guys, you don't necessarily need a game plan, but you need like a strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Definitely. Yeah, very impressed with him. I think I feel like he's going to get a few more fights before 2026 ends too. I think we'll be seeing him maybe 2-3 more times if I had to take a guess.
We're dealing with a lot of different phases of the top 15.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you got some of the old guard, you got these new guys in here, and you got some guys who are just holding on to the rankings and not fighting. So, all right, so starting from 15, we have Faraz Ziam, which that's a tough number 15.
Awesome.
Yeah,
he's one of the better guys. Wow, he's only 15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Hoofy's 14.
Okay.
Manuel Torres is 13.
Manuel Torres is who I was thinking of in place of Kevin Vallejos or whatever.
Michael Chandler's 12. Dariush is 11. Moicano's 10. Fazeev 9. BSD 8. Gamrot 7. Dan Hooker 6. Patty Pimblett 5. Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, Armand Sarukian, Justin Gaethje, and Taporia.
There's something so obvious happening at lightweight. And it's like 12, 11, 10, 9 are not top 15 guys anymore.
Hell no. You got guys just sitting on their rankings.
And then you got guys like number 6 or whatever, you know, in the Dan Hooker range. And then you got even like a Justin Gaethje. How much longer is he really going to? I know it's crazy because he's like the champion right now.
No, I think it's fair to say for sure.
But like he's not going to be here that much longer. The future of this division is Quillen Salkield. Who's the Manuel Torres, Fares Ziam. Read me 13, 14, 15 again.
Torres, Hoofi, Ziam.
I don't believe Hoofy's the future of anything. I'm just looking at all these well-rounded guys. But there's like, I'd say at lightweight, there's probably between champion and 15, I would say there's like 8 elite guys, and there's 7 guys that are not just not elite, they're just would be eaten alive by all these young, hungry lions.
Yeah, Dan Hooker, Gamrot, Moicano, Dariush, Chandler. I think, and I'll put Paddy Pimblett in that category too. I think they'd all get fucked up by these new guys coming up.
Yeah, I don't think Paddy does. I think Paddy's still developing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a real obvious thing going on at lightweight, and I'm excited to see it because for a while I was thinking, wow, this is so top heavy and there's nobody else, but I'm pretty inspired by 2 or 3 of those names in the 15. And clearly, Quillen Salkield's not even on this, so even the top 18 theoretically is really
Ribovic not on the 15 either.
Ribovic.
I think he could be 10, top 10.
I think he could be top 10, best case scenario. Dude, didn't he lose to Nasrat Haqparast or win like a very close decision?
He gets hit.
He gets hit a lot.
But
he gets hit a lot, dude. So, anyway, man.
But yeah, that was UFC 325.
Yeah, the prelims were kind of just fun stuff. That we saw Oban Elliott take an L. He's on a bit of a losing streak. Justin Tafa was whooping that dude's ass and then lost. But there was no Therese Finney lost his Oban. There was nothing stood out to me as like, oh, this is a future killer.
Nakamura is pretty dope. I think he's gonna.
Who'd Nakamura fight?
Oh, I don't remember, but it was good.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look at that. But anyway, man, yeah. So that's 325. We kind of ate crow on a few of those, and
yeah, we did.
So
yeah, those parlays did not hit. But yeah, that's all. I guess check us out for the next one.
Yeah, cool, guys. Well, thanks again for watching. This is new for us. We really started it with the Paramount era, where we're going to be doing, Modern Mondays, where the week before the event, we're going to do our predictions and then just little conversations about the event. And then the following Monday, we're going to do reactions, not just to our own predictions, but also to the event itself. Overall, this is a pretty good event. I will say one last thing. I want the UFC to get a little serious again, because 2 weeks in a row, we saw this same thing of like, okay, that didn't matter at all. Okay, that didn't matter at all. You know what I mean?
100%, man. I said this before. Like, stop with this privilege thing. Let's just see the best fight the best, because if you don't, you're just diluting your own product.
And it will also run itself out. It will not be available.
Yeah, and I'm so happy to see this Lopez loss blow up in the UFC's face, because...
And kind of the Paddy loss.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's like, dude, stop trying to, like, pick and choose who's going to be a star and who's not. Just let these guys show their skills in the octagon, and people are going to gravitate towards really skilled fighters.
Yeah, there's a reason people like John Jones has never been the most exciting guy.
Exactly.
Dude, I think there's 2 thoughts that I have. One, I was wondering, maybe they gave Diego because they thought this was a winnable one for Volk, and they wanted Volk to win in Australia. But then I also had the opposite thought of like, why would they give him a rematch if they didn't want him to improve and win?
I think they wanted Diego because I don't think they necessarily want Diego as champion, because they like Volk, right? Yeah. I just think they wanted a fun fighter for the Paramount card, right?
Maybe it's as simple as that. Yeah.
And like, you have that crazy finish over Jean Silva. People are like, oh shit, Diego could bang. Let's put him on the main event. Let's get eyes on him.
Because it would have been Jean Silva if he beat Diego.
Yeah.
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 Dude, and my other bit of optimism that I have real quick is this. Maybe they're just kind of maneuvering a lot of stuff to make it work for the White House card.
I think they are. That, and also introduction to Paramount.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, there's a lot of changes. It's actually a pretty historical year. So anyway, long story short, guys, thanks for joining us. Please do like and subscribe. Whether you are looking for our playlists more geared towards modern stuff, you can look at our Modern Mondays playlist, or if you're looking for really the essence of what this channel is, which is the only MMA history channel that discovers MMA history fight by fight. So again, thanks guys. Give us a like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Peace.